First, let's pick apart our problem. We know that we're working with glucose, and we're asked to determine the mass of carbon in grams that happen to be in a 12-gram sample of glucose. Now, we can tackle this problem a couple of different ways. Since we're in the section about percent composition, we'll go that route first. Step 1 is to determine the molar mass of glucose, which is 118.18 grams per mole. Since there's 6 moles of carbon for every 1 mole of glucose, carbon will contribute 72.06 grams of that total, meaning carbon contributes almost 40% of the molar mass. Now, if carbon makes up almost 40% of 1 mole of glucose, then it's true that it will make up almost 40% of however many moles of glucose you happen to have, including 12.2 gram sample that this question concerns. Just like my 8th grade algebra teacher taught me, you can turn a sentence about determining the percent into a mathematical question. 39.99% of 12.20 grams is 4.88 grams. So a 12.20 gram sample of pure glucose will contain 4.88 grams or 39.99% of carbon. Truth be told, I wouldn't solve this problem using the percent composition method, even though it's perfectly reasonable and absolutely fine if that was your play. Now instead, I would likely set up a pair of ratios, each representing a part over a whole, and then I would set those two equal to each other. The first ratio would look a lot like our percent composition does. As you know, this ratio represents the mass percent of carbon in 1 mole of our compound. CMPD is short for compound here. The second ratio would involve the 12.20 grams sample of glucose as my whole. I'm told that that is the mass of glucose after all, so while it's on a different scale, it's equivalent to the 180 grams that I used for the molar mass. The part, or the mass of carbon in that 12.20 gram sample, that's going to be my unknown. I have 4 total variables, 3 of which are known. Now, you cross multiply the two ratios and isolate your unknown, which I've named X. You could have named it C, or grams of C, or Enrique, whatever makes you smile. In the end, the calculated value for the mass of carbon in the compound is the same that it was using the other method, because math.